Hmm. Hello. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Is it this one? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Okay, I'm going to do a short stream today. I fell asleep on the couch. I was so tired after work. I forgot to take my ADHD medication and I literally was like I was like already for a nap at like noon today. I was like so tired. Hey. Hi. Hi. Lento, baby. Hi. Hmm. You're such a cutie pie. You're such a cutie pie. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. This cat. Mm. Yeah. Yes, you're such a cutie pie. Good boy. Okay. Here, let me move my pop over. All right, so I have these two cheeky little cats here. But we're gonna play some DBD. That is the plan. We're gonna get started sooner than later because I am not live for very long today. Because I started so late today, I am now going to do some streams for a shorter period of time. Because why? Because I slept in. Well, I didn't really, it was just a nap after work. I was like I was on my reclining chair. And I was sitting there with my dog and we both fell asleep. It's so cuddly. I love animals. They're just so snuggly. And when they snuggle me, I just get so tired and sleepy and yeah. So I fell asleep a little bit longer than I had anticipated. Yeah. So I'm going into the office all this week. I normally work from home a lot of the times, but I plan to go in the office all this week. I might go in all this month. I do have a lot of things I have to work on and complete some stuff this week. So we shall see. Also got some snacks. What should you do? Play killer first?
Perhaps you should teach everyone a lesson.
It's our naughty bear. Let's see. We have stuff that we have to do still. Okay. Damage bloody generators. Okay, I need to do one more, and I need to damage a survivor carrying a blood can 4 more times. I feel so bad because as soon as I see someone with a blood can, I'm like totally after them. And I will chase that person. Would you? You are so cute. You know, I have this little carrier thing that I put my small dog in. Because he's not supposed to exercise more than 10 minutes. So if we go for walks, I'll let him walk for a little bit. But as soon as I see him, like, kind of struggling, I'll put him in this little carrier. He's like a Pomeranian Chihuahua. She's tiny. Sometimes I'm like, Jesus, I need one of them for you. He always just wants to be cradled and hugged and... Okay. So let's play 2 killer matches and we'll see how far we get. Let's see which ones we should get. What? Okay. Okay, here, get down for a second. Okay, let's try this. Oh my god, we have 3 people with flashlights. What do we think? We have 3 people with flashlights and 3 people with escape cake. What do we think?
Who's a good killer? You are naughty.
Who's a good killer? You are naughty. Oh. There was someone over here. Over here? Ah, there we go. Wait, where'd she go, though? Okay. I know where the thingy is now. All right, where are they? Oh. Thank you. Wait, if I hit him twice, does that count as 2 times? I just need to hit you once, though. Ah ha ha! Just need to hit you one time. Hey, hey. Thank you. Yay, got it. Okay. Okay, I got it. Wait, was that you? Who am I chasing? Wait, who was on the hook? Was that you or that person? Okay. Where did he go? Oh. There you are. Alright. Okay. There, everyone is on 2 hooks now. Let's go. What do we think? Ooh, there we got another gen done. Ta-da. I'm like so locked in. I'm such a hard time playing killer and like not being locked in, you know? Mostly because I'm just like, okay. Hmm. Where do we think they are? Well, finish that, Jen. Let's see. They're being so sneaky. That's unfortunate. You know, I have to say, like, play killer. Like, you will learn so much more about killer when you play killer. Especially the perks that I'm like, I get nowhere to hide now. Found him. Give me your item. You better give it to me. Give me your item. Drop your flashlight. Drop your flashlight. Drop your... You know what? If he would have given me his item, I would have let him live.
He having a marvelous day.
You know, he could have gave me an offering and I would have let him live. Just saying. Hey. Lay down.
Oh, there you are, naughty.
Wait, did I do it? Damage 15 blood generators. Okay, so I have to do 2 more generators. This must be then a regular generator because I was kicking the other ones. Okay. Okay, 2 more. Let's see. Okay, I don't think we need that one. Okay, I was gonna change that. I ran out of time.
They won't feel a thing, naughty. Only pain.
Okay. Jesus. need to keep one more generator. Wait, someone on the ground? The world. You know, you are too funny. Also, I don't know where your teammates are, but they definitely don't care about you. I do not have a thing. Wrong one. Wrong button. Hi, Jinx. Found her.
Don't stop until they're dead, Naughty Bear.
Hi, Jinx. How are you? Is your killering? Is you killering? Okay. I just wanted to finish these challenges. And I did. I think I did. I'm trying out these new perks. Now that I've been watching some killer mains, and I'm like, oh, this perk is awesome. Plus, I'm like, wow.
You're a good bear, Naughty Bear.
I didn't know these perks were like this. Damage 20? Oh my god. Now I have to damage 20 blood generators? Oh, good Jesus. Okay. I can only do killer for so long. Plus, I'm not streaming very long today. So I'm going to switch over to Survivor. If anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome.
이건 단지 꿈일 뿐이야. 그리고 모든 꿈은 결국 깨버리니까.
This is my stacks. Get out of here. I still need to adept this killer, by the way. This killer, the survivor. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Settle down. Just sit. Okay? Okay. Nope. Got her. Hey. Hey. That's mine. You cheeky little bugger. Okay. Okay, so I need to adept this character, so I'm going to use these 3 perks. I have no idea what they do. Let's see. When generator is completed, earn 1 token up to 5. For each token, you bless a cleanse 10% faster, heal 10%, unhook 10% faster. Okay. While healing another survivor, you both gain elusive. Okay. Okay. Well, let's try this. see what we're doing. If anyone wants to join me, you're more than welcome.
분명 이유가 있을 거야.
Okay. Party gaming. I heart to scope. And his arena. Hey, that's mine. Thank you. Oh. These are my snacks. My snacks. Not your snacks. My snacks.
어디 한번 보자.
Okay. let's get to work. Now the goal is to escape. We're gonna try our best. Hey. Oh no, it's about me, mommy. Jesus, I had to walk almost halfway across the map here. I'm like, this one's much closer, right? Okay. Ow. Okay. She got me, gal. She got me. But hi, how are you? How you doing today? I meant to start stream like way earlier today, so I'm only streaming for like 2 hours today. Because I need to get to bed. And we need to do some gens on the other side. Oh, I still have my gas can. I'm like, let's just cleanse some totems here. Because I feel like everyone has NOED. Everyone has all the perks that can see where you are. And now we're all sick. Sick and infected. And broken. Jesus. Wow. Wow. It's okay, I can take a hook. She got a strong... She does? Well, she didn't really hit me. She, like, hit me with her little, decanter thing. Is that what you call it? Decanter? But hi, how are you? How is your week this week? Hope you, been having an excellent Monday. And if anyone in chat wants to play with me, you're more than welcome to. I do open lobbies, so if anyone wants to join, just let me know. You are more than welcome to. You don't have to be great at the game. I never claim to be. I'm just having fun. Doing my best. Okay. Both the doors are open. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta adapt my character and I gotta go. I can't take any protection hits. I'm literally one shot. Come on, come on, come on. Jeez. GG. Oh. Most of us were broken. Serena could have taken a hit. She was healed. But you got it. It's fine. Believe in yourself, David. You made it.
이건 단지 꿈일 뿐이야. 그리고 모든 꿈은 결국 깨버리니까.
I didn't even know where the hatch was. Okay. Wait, did I even adept 11? I did, right? Right? Hold on, let me check something out here. Okay, let me see. Adept. Oh, I do have 11. Okay. Undusted. All right. Anyone I don't have adept? No. Just spring trap. Flirt and Scream 3. Who in the world's that? Hello? It's me, FBQ. It's me, Jessica. Hi. We ready to escape the fog? Wait, I can't bring this item? Okay. Guess. Oh shit.
Spooky.
Fresh. No, shit. No, let me. I have an eyeball, right? Where's my eyeball? Oh, no, I have none. Shit, no! Damn it. I ran out of time. Sure. Oh my god. It's the first time I've been in here. Oh shit. I think I'm next to the killer. And it's Kaneki? No, Kaneki. Kaneki. Oh shit, no! Oh shit, no, that's a dead end. That's a dead end. That's a dead end. No! Ah. Jesus! Ooh! Love that! Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? That flashlight save? Oh, fuck. No! Jesus. No. 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 Thank you. Oh. Ow. Okay, I need to find some bones. Wait, is this the killer shark? I guess it is. That was like such bad luck. Either that or the fung is like farming me somehow. I don't know. I didn't even know that was a killer shack, to be honest. I was like, oh, look, the basement. Oh my god. I mean, I don't even know why we're tunneling at this moment. We literally were at 5 gens. Okay, I'm gonna get this gen to half, and then I'm gonna go find some bones. Like, where are the bones on this map? Not me already being lost. Wait, where's the main building? I'm like, are we slugging for the 4K over here? Interesting. I still have no idea where I am. Oh, found it! Can we not go down there? At all? Thanks. Guess not. Okay, let's see if I can get my bearings over here. Okay, I think I found myself. Okay, but why are they constantly slugging that one person? Well, I know who that is. Thank you. Can you... My cat moved my mouse, that's why my thing was moving. I should have got my, the toolbox one. Don't you dare move my mouse again. Oh. Someone got a mored? Seriously, though. Where are all the bones? Oh, my ears itchy. Ah! They saw me. Was I supposed to disappear like that? I'm like, okay. Alrighty. No way out. What kind of shenanigans is this? Not the no way out. gonna lie, this whole map is still very confusing to me. I'm like, I have no idea where I am. I have no idea what's going on. No idea. I don't even know where the hatch spawns. Although I'm not gonna lie, I think I faintly heard it. Oh, I heard that bitch for sure. She was like, no way. People like you are what gives us ghoul players a bad name. Yeah, I swear, like, literally tunneled me the whole time. That's why I was being very elusive for a long time, because I was like, oh my god, if she sees me, she's literally gonna drop chase with every single buddy to come after me. I can't even see the scoreboard. My end screen was bugged.
What's out there?
I was so confused. I was like, why? Okay, let me see. Oh, that's right. It's going to change one of my perks. Hold on. Let's see.
This is bad.
Yeah, I don't need this one. Teamwork? No. Let's do that one. This one, let's do... Actually, I do like this one. Okay. Maybe not over. No, you know what? We're gonna do, Built to Last. I like Built to Last. There we go. Ugh, okay. All right, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Would you say? Cries. Lol. I was like, I don't know why. I don't know why they were like, why were they slugging you the whole time? Seriously. I was like, what in the world? And I swear, like, it didn't even matter who the hell they were chasing. If they saw me, it was like, they were like, no, I'm going after her. They literally, like, wanted to tunnel me right out of the game. And I'm like,
Are there gates in this place? too?
Jesus. Because I'm too pretty. Yeah, she's jealous. She was like, listen, there can only be There can only be one pretty queen in this world, and it ain't you, bitch. Not anymore. I was gonna stab all this hook, but... I don't think they're over here. They're chasing someone else already. Oh, they're chasing Brad Red Queen. Wait, can I run with the thing? No, no, you can't. Doo-doo. I'm making... I'm running away, running away. You lost me, I ran away. You can always tell where bones can be because there's like a little like, almost like a little place for them. Right here. God damn it. No! God damn it. Ah! Ah! Ah, son of a bitch. Let's go. Oh my god, did y'all see that? Someone clip that. Someone clip that. No, no. Jesus. That was too funny. Oh my god, I am not doing co-working right now. Let me fix this. Oh shit. Okay. Damn it. Cries again. Oh no. It's just not your day today. Oh my god, the games are just so tough in this game mode. Right? I mean, I've been playing Killer mostly. I haven't played Survivor that much. I think this is probably... Oh shit. I think today is actually the first time I've been playing Survivor in this mode at all. Ran him for like 30 seconds and meow, he hates me. Like, brah. Right? I mean, I ran him for a long time. That second time he got me that time. I was already injured though. Like the pumps are so close to one another and so far from the blade. Yeah, right? Yeah, and my teammates like die already so I can get the hatch. Listen, I'm getting my struggle points in. I mean, I thought I was being pretty... I keep getting 4Ks in this mode as a killer, but I'm purposely like... I'm like looking at the side. I'm like, okay, I've hooked you once. If I see other people, I'm like, no, I hooked you last time. I'm gonna let you go. Even if it's like I've hooked someone else in between because I've hooked them pretty close to one another, I will literally like turn and go after someone else. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. I almost let one person go today, but they had a flashlight in their hand. They didn't give me an offering. So, you know what? I can't help you if you're not gonna give me an offering. Y'all got so close, though. Only 2 gens. Yeah. I know. Like, even, like, the last match that we had, we literally had a, I call him, I kept saying Kaneki, but that's not it. A Kaneki. That was, like, literally tunneling me at 5 gens. And I'm like, lady, what the hell? Is this screen bugged out for everyone or just me? Right? Exactly.
Something is coming for us.
We do have open lobbies if anyone wants to join. Panda, if you want to come join, you're more than welcome. Here, let me make sure I have this one. I had built to last on. But to be honest, I might do that, because I don't know if we need the other one. Okay. Are you already on? Like, should we wait for you? Do 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 do. Okay. I'll wait. Yeah, I can't play too long today either because I meant to start stream earlier, but I took a nap after work and I was so tired. But I'm really trying to reset my sleep my sleep pattern. Oh my god. I don't know what word I was trying to think of. I think I was thinking set and slept. I think. Yeah. Oh my god. And I had like 2 meetings today. One of them was really long and the other one was just like, it was like the end of the day meeting and my brain was like so tired after. I was like, I still don't even know what the decision was, and I feel like the decision was for me to come up with another plan. And I'm like, I think? Like, I'm not even 100% sure. But I was like, you know what? That feels like a tomorrow problem. Because, yeah, I was done today. We can do voice chat if we want. I don't know if anyone is just hanging out anywhere. I can go in the Alliance, maybe. We can go in there and go in the live chat. If anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome. Go hang out there. You're more than welcome to join. You don't have to, obviously. But it's an option. Just thought I would give it. Yeah. I think my problem is that
What's out there?
I definitely have a reputation of being the person who gets shit done. So I get a lot of people in my field, especially in my work and in my community of the filmmaking community, who come to me asking for things because they know I'm the person who gets shit done. That was before me. This is after sick me. And I can't do that anymore. I think that's probably why I got so sick. Because a part of that was my immune system and my body just getting so tired of doing everything for everybody. And I'm trying to remember that and like not do that anymore. So that is my big takeaway lessons of the year last year. So I'm trying to like be like set boundaries a little bit more and then sticking to them. So I don't get so tired. So that's why I was like, yeah, even today I was like, when I hit that roadblock where I was like, my brain's done, I was like, I'm going home, y'all. I'm going home. I'm done.
Oh, dang, my mic was on.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I can do
How are
this.
you? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, literally the games today were so insane for me. Oh, it's the 9.
Oh. Maybe they're nice. They got a pupper's charm.
Oh.
I mean, it's the only charm they have, so maybe they're nice. I don't know. I mean, could be wrong. That don't mean anything. Yeah, no, I've noticed that too. Because even when I was killer, I was like, I had a challenge for like the longest time, and I had to kick these things like the things that you fill up with the blood, and I had to kick them for like a thing, and I could not freaking find them, and I was like, I kept finding the stations to like fill up the blood, but I couldn't find the like little tub things, and I was like,
Oh.
ooh, love your outfit, love your outfit.
Oh, thank you. It's part of the rift. I was like, you know what? Let me get the rift just for Funman's outfit.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
tunneling.
Seriously, what is it?
Oh,
Is there
he's
like,
coming back.
oh,
I don't know. Me and my friend were saying it's probably because this like larger creator was like, oh, tunneling and slugging are like the meta right now. And I guess that gave people like that incentive to like
Jesus.
tunnel, I guess.
Kitty, you are in my face. And he's like literally trying to give me kisses this whole time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to play a game here. I'm sorry. He's like, give me kisses, then hugs right now. He literally was like trying to bite my lip and everything. I'm like, okay, calm down. You know, I mean, was it during like one of the comp matches or something?
No, it was because I guess there's a perk that I I think it's like Fast Track or something. There
Mm-hmm.
was a certain park that they were saying like, oh, you can get like gems done super quickly, and so the meta is to like tunnel and slug only because it like stops the gem progression.
See, and that's so dumb. Why would you encourage that? You literally create things in the game so people can't do that. So they can't, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know there are perks to whatever, but like, oh, I hate everything about that.
I know. But I think they're like kind of also like a killer name, but
Sounds
not
like
really
also a
sure.
bit of an asshole. I don't know who you are. I said what I said. Like, I think if they're gonna do that, then everyone should have a base kit that you can get up if you're slugged.
I know,
Like,
literally.
right? Just like borrow time is kind of base kit now. When people like face camp,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, we can get off the gens now.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
like,
I'm gonna
yeah,
put on Resurgence.
yeah. Oh shit. I mean, because even when I was playing earlier, like I said, I was purposely making sure like there was at least a hook in between other people. But like even then, it was like if I saw someone that I hadn't even hooked yet, like I would go after that person. I would even stop chasing the people I was chasing and go after that person. Because that's how much I purposely don't try to like tunnel people, and
Yeah.
even then, it's like yeah, I don't know. And yeah, and I still got 4Ks all day today. Like both my matches, I got life work all day today. The 2 matches I played today, I got 4. And then when I was playing Killer the other day, like I literally like once I got what I needed for my like dailies and stuff, like I knocked people down, but I ended up carrying her to the door because I'm like, I really don't need this. It's fine. Wait, was this gen done? Oh, it is done.
I know it's hard to tell when the bludgeons are done.
Yeah, because like I feel like they sound the same. Are you near? Oh. Oh. Ow. Here. I can heal myself in a locker. If you like. Oh, or not.
Is that sable skin like from a rift pass or?
I think it's a paid one, right? I think it's a one that you can buy. I thought.
Okay. Cause I'm always sad seeing some outfits that were in the rift pass.
Oh, like I don't remember. I thought that one you could buy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the hook because I haven't been. I mean, I have got one more hook to give. Oh. I was like, what? My built to last. I thought my med kit was full, but nope. But I'm repairing it right meow. Oh, not Iron Maiden. Are you kidding me?
Dang, RP Fiber.
Aww. Yeah, they really are like, I am not Christ 3 times. Right? Just, everyone just loves your outfit.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, give it to me.
Yeah. And there's always the Sable hate too.
The Sable hate team?
Oh no, like the Sable hate too.
Oh, the Sable hate. Oh. I'm coming. Ah! It's so funny. Why did it get attached to her? I thought it hit me first. And I literally just got that person off the hook. Kitty, I need you to be a favor. It's not moving. No. We don't need no snuggles. Let's see if I can get in here and heal. They lost me. I freaking forgot Iron Maiden. Why? I'm stealthy. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Ow. Okay. Hopefully I gave them enough time. I know. I should have stayed near the killer shack, but they had their little guy in there, and that was my problem. Ooh. Just enough. Oh, there it is. And that's why they call me the Hatch Queen. That should work. Oh, shoot. You know what? Hold on. I had a whole bunch of these things turned off because all the things I was doing, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I forgot to turn it back on. No, it's on. Okay. It should have been on. Yay! What? What?
I do not
What?
belong here.
A panda cat. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the games. Thank you for playing. Hope you have a wonderful night. Sorry you got tunneled and, you know, slugged all night, but, you know, it's hard being pretty. Yeah,
Yep.
I could probably play one more and then I probably should. I should go to bed. I should go to bed. Yes, I should go to bed. I don't know why this keeps doing this. Okay. Maybe conviction if everyone's gonna. Just gotta remember to heal someone. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back from the ad break, everyone. Do, 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 do. Oh my god. I'm so excited to go to the anniversary event though. For DBD.
Yeah. Did they already send the like itinerary, or like, do you know what's happening?
I don't I don't know if they sent like an actual itinerary, but they did like say like cuz it's basically one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they know either. And they said there's supposed to be like some meet and greet thing. And to be honest, so I was talking to my friend JR about it, who is one of the Erie partners. And I was like, I was like, yeah, I thought they were going to, they said they were going to do meet and greets. And for some reason, because I guess, you know, in the streaming world, when you go to a convention, when you do meet and greets, you just meet other streamers. Like, You know, like the popular streamers
Oh
that people like
yeah.
to watch.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, and I have no interest in that. And he was like, I don't think so. And I'm like, yeah, I just figured it would be like the DBD content creator people. And I'm like, I don't really care to, like, I don't want all. I mean, I'm not saying they're not important, but like,
Mhm.
you know, all the DBD creators that I care about, I already know. Like, you know, it's like,
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, I mean, I just want to meet them in general, but I'm not going to go to a meet and greet with them. Like, I'm not your
Right.
fan. Like, I mean, yes, I'm a fan of you, like, in general, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Mhm.
not like a fan that I'm like, oh my God, I
Right.
can't wait to go see this person. I'm like, you know, it's more like a friend that you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet up and, like, hang out, you know? Like,
Mhm.
that's, you know, but, but he's like, when I read the meet and greet, I thought that maybe they would have, like, maybe some of the voice actors or, like, people who are in the game there. And I was like,
Oh.
oh, I that never even dawned on me. And I'm like, oh my God, if Nicolas Cage is there, like, I'm like, I don't think that would happen, but I was like, oh my God. Like, to be, like, I don't think the cast of the Stranger Things are going to be there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Maybe Ashley from Evil Dead, maybe. Maybe some
Mm.
of the voice actors, like the ones who like voice the actors, like the characters. Like I could see those people
Mhm.
maybe being there, which I think would be awesome too. Like I would like to visit, like I would like to meet those people. Um,
Have you gone to like previous ones?
well, no, because this is the first one they've ever done. Because this is their anniversary event. Yeah.
Oh,
So, like,
duh.
yeah, they've never done this before. That's why I'm like, we don't even know
Mhm.
what's gonna happen there, and it's part of their 10-year anniversary. So it could also just be like
Mhm.
they only do it for like anniversary events, like major anniversary events. Like maybe in 20 years
Oh.
they'll do it again, like maybe 15. I don't know.
Mhm.
Or maybe if it's successful, they'll be like, hey, we should do this every year. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sure there'll be like freebies also.
yeah, well, the so I got the premium ticket because I knew it was going
Oh.
on sale that day, and I was like,
Mhm.
I knew what time it was going on sale, and I literally slept in a little bit, but I was having nightmares that it was sold out. Like I was like, oh my God. So as soon as I
Oh.
woke up, I literally got on my phone and purchased a premium ticket. Like I was just like, okay, I'm gonna. And apparently the premium tickets like sold out within the day.
Oh my.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. I'm glad I did like right on time. Like I meant to
Dang, that
start
must
right
be
when it
some rare
opened.
DVD lovers.
I know, right? Well, I mean, I'm using my birthday present from my dad, who paid for my flight and accommodation to Montreal, so I could go. And then I'm using my because
Oh.
all my everything I do through streaming goes through my business, and so I actually have a separate savings
Oh.
account because you can have as many savings
Oh shit, I
accounts.
wasn't even ready this. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. um, yeah, there's like uh in business accounts, each time you have an account, you have to like pay fees for it, and you have to pay like business fees, which is
Oh.
like more than a regular account, which sucks. Um,
Mhm.
but you can have as many savings accounts as you want, and you don't have to pay fees. So what I do is I have my main account that I have everything that goes through, and then for projects, I open up savings accounts for them. So for this, I have one that's specifically for streaming, that all my money gets deposited into this savings account. And it's a high interest savings account. So hopefully it'll generate money if I just leave stuff in there. But yeah, so anytime I like purchase
Mhm.
games or like want to go traveling or do stuff for streaming related stuff, like if I'm going to upgrade my computer or something, um I will always I'll pull from that. So basically that's what I pay for it with.
Dang, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
And I bet it's paid off like many times.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a couple times where I've just been like, oh my God, I really want to get this thing, or I want to get this game, or I really want to get this skin, or I really want to
Mhm.
get this whatever. Like I think one year I had a little bit in there from before, and so I just basically saved up, and I used it to go to TwitchCon. I think my first year that I went, or was
Oh,
my second year. One of the years I had money in there, so I was like, oh, I'll use it to go to TwitchCon. So yeah. I mean, obviously it didn't cover the whole thing, but like it, covered a bit of it. But oh, also, I'm going to TwitchCon EU this year. I was telling my mom that I wanted to go to TwitchCon last year, but I just don't want to go to the States. And my mom was like, "Yeah, we're not going to the States." And
good choice. Good choice.
right? And so I was like, "Yeah, but I really wanted to go." I'm like, "Well, there's TwitchCon EU, but like it's so expensive." Anyways, my mom and my aunt, like, they both went to TV sanatoriums. Like, they both were day school students. They were all, both went to residential school. They both technically were part of the
Mm,
six, like so many things, right? So
right.
one of the settlements came in, and my aunt got hers before my mom, and so she was telling my aunt about it because she was like, "Well, can I just borrow some money
Oh
because she's supposed to get hers
no.
later on?" Because
Yeah.
she was like, "Yeah," 'cause she was telling her how we wanted to go to the EU, like to go to Amsterdam for this thing. And my aunt was like, because their birthday's also in May, and my aunt was like, "Well, I want to go." So now it's like a
Oh.
big trip between me, my mom, and my aunt. We're gonna go for a whole week to Amsterdam during that time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm so excited.
Days, are you going to like all the days of TwitchCon?
Yeah, well, there's only two. It's
Oh,
the last 2 days of the weekend, so it's like the 29th and the 30th.
oh. Oh, I think he has the one where he kicks a gym and he's
Silent.
like quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because whose yellow jet is that? That must be his. But yeah, I'm so excited. I already bought my ticket for that as well, and
Mhm.
I already bought our our flights to and from Amsterdam. All I have to do is work on accommodation next.
Oh.
So I'm really excited. I've never been to Amsterdam, and so
Oh wow.
hmm. I've been to Europe. Oh shit! I found a hex totem.
Mhm.
Is anyone near you?
Um, I only see two people, and both of y'all are on the other
Well, the
side.
killer just ran past me while I was on their hex totem, so
Ah,
I don't know why. Guess they're looking for someone else who isn't me. Okay.
oh, he must be coming over.
Oh, they're on Abigail? You know what? Let me put this. Oh no, they're back on you again? Oh, never mind. Nope. Okay.
He's on me and we're kind of near the police office.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the hook. I'm on my way. Got you, friend. Ooh, double. Wait, can I heal you? No? No heals allowed or what?
It begins.
Oh, okay. Apparently Bill's like, I don't want to heal. I don't want you to heal me. I'm gonna heal myself. Okay, fine.
Is anyone from the Alliance also going to either of them?
Heartchoker is gonna go to the DBD. I don't know if anyone's going to EU yet. I posted it in our our meetup thingy to see if anyone else was gonna go, and so I'm trying to see. Oh shit! Oh my god! Jeez! Oh, ow! Oh, he got me. He got me.
Oh, he's gonna get me.
No. Trying to find someone.
I am inevitable.
He's really going for the slug.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I had conviction, so I left. I was trying to run to get to them, but none of them are coming to pick me up.
Oh,
Well, I
and then
mean,
let's say no.
Meg is being chased right now, so I can see why. But like, Bill has been like, I'm here for Bill. Thank you. Let's go. Seriously though, that Bill gets put on a hook and he's staying on that damn hook. Oh shit, I don't have inner strength. Never mind. I need to use up this med kit.
Oh, and I also have an unused med kit where I was hooked at.
Do you remember where that was?
It's the second floor on the other side.
Okay.
Like towards the front of the building.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Bill, you can stay on that hook.
Oh, I think he's on the hook that I died on.
Oh. Wow. And Meg wants to go get him. She's more than likely to. Okay, where is Kate? Kate's down there. Okay, Kate, I will come get you. Shit. He sees me. I was trying to be all stealthy. Oh shit, yep. Boy. I'm holding W down.
I think he's going on the Meg.
Oh, how come?
Oh. Oh yeah, he's on the Meg.
Well, the Meg can be...
Oh.
Oh my god. You know what it is?
I don't know.
Yeah, how did he get me? Where was he?
He was on the inner like inside the building.
You can go outside the building?
I think so. But yeah, he was on the Meg, and then all of a sudden he turned towards you, and then did his power.
I mean, does that mean he has like inner healing or something? Oh shit.
I don't know. Like
Oh shit.
nurses?
Yeah. Is she getting worried?
There, she hid in your exact hiding spot. Oh, manifesting hatch for the hatch queen.
shit. You know what? It has to be on the other side. So I would have heard it over here.
Oh. Oh shit, I thought the clock was closing. Oh.
Oh, he found it. Oh, it was over here. Oh, it's right here.
Right here.
I am superior.
I gave him my med kit.
I guess it was in Oh wait, no.
Yeah, but I need to open the door. Oh, shit. He drops me 3 times. Hi, damsel. Come on. Okay, okay. Okay. It should be, right? See, you have to give an item. But let's see. He could be mean though. He could still worry me.
Imagine.
Right? Thank you. See, that's how it's done. You gotta give an item. You can't just expect to get hatch for free. Hatch for free. I mean, let go for free.
Oh yeah, he did have nurses.
Because I was like, how did you know where it was? Oh, and the thing broke. I'm like, I can't even see it. I can't
He
see.
had, Hex, Hive Mind, Trail of Torment, Nurses Calling.
And I got their hex like right off the bat too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Well, that
for
was a good
playing.
message.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. Yeah, I might play some more during the week. To just wind down and play some games and yeah. But have a wonderful rest of your week and
Yes, you too. Good night.
good night. All right, let me see. You know what? Just realized I haven't even put any more points in this person. Do-do-do. Jesus, Murphy kitty. Mental. You're fine. Ooh, trivia. In World of Warcraft lore, the old gods created a giant powerful creature. What was it called? The Ancient One, the Anomalous, the Eater of Souls, and the Lich King. The Lich King? Oh, I'm guessing. I'm going 3. You'll go with damsel. I'm like, I don't even know. But yeah, let's see. Who's all on? Let's see if anyone is playing. Just chatting. Hello, hello, hello. Anonymous sounds cool name, but isn't one of those like eaters of soul. What is it with you two? I swear, my mouse has literally been knocked over so many damn times by these two. Get over here. What's your problem? Hmm? What's your problem? Hmm? The ancient one. Oh, gee. Just an old school, right? It's like, it's not that complicated, y'all. You didn't have to make it that. Oh. Get your bum out of my face. Get your bum out of my face. Okay. Let's see. Who should we go rate? Let's go find someone to rate. Okay, so we have some options. We can just go say hi to Jungly. Jungly is our friend. I was talking about Jungly earlier today. We can go say hi to Jungly. I'm literally in a commercial right now, but you know, we shall make it. Oh, shit. Oh my god, am I in a commercial again? My face always reminds me of Brenda. Right? I know. It's so funny because they want to sleep with me so bad, these two cats, that when I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to bed," because they have to stay in the basement, and I do let them upstairs now, but only when I'm there, and I have to close all my doors because I am allergic to them. My mom also is slightly allergic to them, so they don't go in our rooms, and all of our doors upstairs are closed. And so, um, yeah, I'm like, I have to, I, so at night, they're down here. And uh I kind of make sure that like, but when I leave and go upstairs, they try to follow me. And I gotta like literally get upstairs, close the door behind me, and leave because they're like, okay, we're going to bed. I'm like, no, you're staying down here. Because yeah, I can't have them in my room. I just can't. Either that or I gotta build up a tolerance or something. I don't know. I know, right? They yearn for the upstairs. They just want to be loved. But my niece might be taking her cat, which is the one who always wants to be held. Um, he is the one with the longer hair. My niece might be taking her cat soon. Because remember the mama cat, by the way, that was here? That mama cat just had kittens again. So that means when she was here, she was pregnant, and I didn't know that. So yeah. But we're gonna go say hi to Jungly. Jungly is currently playing some DBD. and doing open lobbies as well. I'm pretty sure. So if anyone wants to continue playing some DBD, I'm sure he more than likely have you as well. Yeah, I will be playing some more games later on in the week, but yeah, I have to go to bed. I'm trying to be in bed and actually in my bed by midnight, not going to bed at midnight, because I'm one of those people that, like, even when I get up in the morning, like, I have to like lay in my bed for like a little bit. You know what I mean? So I need to wake up earlier so I can get up later. Cause I'm like a very slow start of the day kind of person, you know? But yeah. Yeah, so I might try to go live every day this week. Who knows? Or maybe I'll just do thank you, damsel. Maybe I will just do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, maybe this week. I'm not too sure. Uh and also thank you for Fredbird Queen and Panda Cat for playing with me today. Much appreciated. And thank you, damsel. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to copy the raid messages. We're gonna go over and say hi to Jungly Russ. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this week's gonna be very busy for me, and so I'm gonna need to like figure out what it looks like, and